On Wednesday, we covered a little bit about the World Trade Organization and the, you know, the general agreement on tariffs and trade. So I was just interested in where it all started and where it all came from, and so that's what I'm going to talk about: its origins and I guess, its purposes. So I looked it up, and back in 1944, the Bretton Woods Conference wanted to make an international institution, like a place to regulate trade, alongside of I think it was like the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund Committee, and the so while they were making that, they made a subcommittee that pretty much created the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade. They passed that with a charter, and basically it had a lot of laws that regulated trade and bound people so that it could. The general agreement, I guess, on the tariffs and trade was to, and I quote, their agreement for a quote from the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade was substantial reduction of tariffs and other trade barriers and the elimination of preferences on a reciprocal and mutually advantageous basis. So basically, they're making everything equal for everybody. Because, world trade helps everybody advance. So that's what they were looking at. The fun thing is that the United States, when they sent the agreement for the International Trade Organization to be approved, Congress kept rejecting it. So President Truman, after several years, said, "Well, I'm not gonna keep sending that to Congress. That's pointless. They're gonna keep sending it back." So the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade ended up becoming, like, late 1940s, early 1950s. It became more or less what the International Trade Organization was going to be. It pretty much took its place, and it governed trade until about 1994. And that's when the World Trade Organization came into play. Basically, the World Trade Organization is it's a it's a, it's a international group that wants to regulate trade, liberalize trade in the world, make it fair for everybody. They pretty much use the General Agreement. I'm just gonna say GATT. The GATT's constitution or their laws as a basis at which to expand their new governing body. So they have all of their roots in the GATT, and all of the countries that were in the GATT or the majority of the countries that were in the GATT became founding members of the World Trade Organization. So now that, like I said, that happened in 1994. Excuse me. Just, I mean, World Trade Organization's got a lot of power. It could shut you down. Let me see. It has, as of right now, it has about 159 member states. We're looking at a couple more trying to get in. So, we'll see about that. And they're based off in Geneva, Switzerland. So that's cool. And yeah, so that's a little background information on that. And